turning the mics on is always a good start to the
Broadcasting.
show after a break. Yes. Indeed, broadcasting 101. It's time for Overpass, the pick of Immortals. Yesterday we saw a hell of a lot of Train. Today we're going to see a hell of a lot of Overpass. So in the 3 NA series we've had, there's been Overpass in each one. This is the last one. Immortals over SK had a good showing on the previous map. I do wonder if we're going to see any funky stuff between both sides on Overpass, all things considered, how the previous one went. What are your thoughts, Dan? What are your expectations? What are your dreams, desires, hopes, aspires?
The thing is, this one is really interesting because it's the map of SK. They created so many cool tactics and strategies on this map. They are the innovators, and this was their home turf essentially. For the best team in the world, out of all 7 maps in the map pool, this was the map of SK, which you'd have to be most afraid of playing them on. So they're going to be, playing against Immortals, a team that knows them and their systems very well. So that's going to be interesting. We already saw Immortals stepping their performances up a little bit. They did lose a little bit of steam towards the end, and when Fallen got kicking, things started to go downhill. So we'll have to see if they can get to a good start as we move into the pistol, and already the B bomb site is under attack.
Under attack it is, and it's being completely taken. Safe for the graffiti area where boltz is finding a headshot, looking for another one, finding another one. 2 players, bomb not down yet, now it's down. And Cold needs to put in great work. He's got a USP, he's got the range to find the 1-taps, but does he realize that there is a player from the CT side creeping in the water? There he is, Cold putting in more work. Monster taken down, 2 versus 2 now, there goes boltz as well. Henny, the last man standing for the CTs, half his health, doesn't know where Fallen is, now he does. Fallen, is he willing to rotate? Just gonna burn time. There's no kiss onto Henny, but is there a kit on the site? Fallen maybe heard a step. He's won the round now, and it's just about the bonus money. Henny gets it. Now it's time to run away. Save his armor for another round. First round, SK.
Yeah, it's pretty scary too. I mean, one thing about SK that I find very impressive is how they play on the CT side. So if they have a strong start on the T side, you start to worry about the other team's chances. It's going to be a hard game for them, which will be full of struggles, one can imagine, but we'll have to see what Immortals have to bring to the table. They must have some good reads on how to defeat SK in certain spots, how they can gain some edges. And already we'll see the force buy, which we had a lot of fun with last map, from Immortals, as they rush very fast down the A side of the map there. And they're going to find maybe the back of the push of SK if they keep going.
Right then. SK have a lot of players in the connector area. Being very quiet. This is pretty tense, Dan. Look at how defensive Taco is. It's round 2. This is crazy. But look at the positioning.
Yeah, they heard all the stepping of Immortals. They don't want to push and start fighting the players on the B-bomb site and then get immediately flanked, but they also don't want to take close range engagements against the players on the flank. I think this is like a bit of the predicament that they have in front of them at the moment. And, well, they're forced to go in. Again, the time is a deciding factor, and this is the problem. Zeus comes in from the back. Fortunately for SK, they'll be able to get the rest of the players through to safety, but we have guys running around 5-7s all over the place. Lucas gets 2 frags, and Immortals take the round. That is a very nice way to turn things in their favor. That was beautiful. The way SK stopped the movement because they didn't know how to defeat the setup from Immortals. They were surrounding them. They can't move back. They can't move forwards without losing players. Very fun stuff there.
Force by City is upon us. Cold with 4 kills so far in the 2 rounds. Down goes Lucas. Doesn't bode well. Could be a bad omen for the CT side, losing a player already. Zeus looking over a smoke in B. And the CT is going to go for a boost to find out what's going on in Taco's direction. Taco getting tagged, but is he going to go down? He is. 3 players for the T side, going to investigate what's happening towards upper. Meanwhile, felps is headed in their direction on long. In fact, he's moved into the toilet, so Bit an about turn from him. First, still carrying the bomb towards B, where Zeus is peeking. Zeus is pushing. If Zeus finds Fur, oh, he's going to spot him! But Zeus is the one getting tagged. That could have been a complete disaster for SK. Bomb is known, however, and the players elsewhere are going down. coldzera and Fur remain versus 3.
This is quite cool, actually, because we have a retake set up on B for the 3 remaining CTs. boltz is the guy on B as well. He's got 15 HP, so there's a really realistic chance here that the bomb can go down. coldzera doesn't get anything there on the A side of the map. Fur has to have done that nade. Is he going to find boltz? Bit too far, bit too deep. And boltz is so close. That is surely a dead Fur. He's still alive. The knife comes out. Oh no, he misses. Too far forwards with the knife, or rather, sorry, not far forward enough, as the kill comes in from Fur, but he will get eliminated there. No bomb plant for SK, and that was a very quick affair. That means time for an eco for SK. Immortals have managed to be successful here, stringing more than one round together, or stringing a round together for 2, and that is very nice for them.
They prevailed. They overcame, defied the odds. And again, I don't know what this is. Is there something in the water? We're seeing loads of MP7s this week across both regions. Yesterday we saw Shroud with an MP7 over UMP, and now we see Immortals with a double MP7. Felps the point man though. He's going to go down eventually, and the MP7s will clean up. And he gets his bell rung. He can't finish the job with the USP. Cold with 2 kills so far, and now there's opportunity. But there's no Kevlar. That's a big problem. Not only does it make them paper thin, but obviously you've got the aim punch as well.
The rate of fire on the MP7 is very good, and it will finish off the last 2 players. So SK will finally be able to buy. And what strategies will they go with here? Because they know that, I mean, I feel like it's very likely Immortals will keep hold of these SMGs.
Interesting that Lucas dropped an MP7 to pick up a UMP. But again, it's got better armor penetration. So mixed bags, different strokes, different folks.
Yeah, it's definitely, and I think definitely quite predictable for SK that the SMGs will be continuing and there won't be an AWP. And this is a play you should probably expect when you know there's SMGs out there. There should be aggression, there should be forward funky plays from the CTs, and there will be as Taco goes down early into the round. The trade does come in though, and position can be gained by the SK side. That said, Immortals are still playing pretty far forwards there on the A-long area, so they still want to keep tabs on what SK are doing. SK making a lot of noise there, going for the split up A long and up the toilets area as well. But here is the setup. Felps, good for it though. Oh, that is fantastic from Felps. 2 frags, does he get the third one? Almost. How does he survive all of that? JZFB now. He has time though.
Not sure if that went the right way. He's going to fall. One thing I found of interest in the long area is on those initial takes. If there are 2 CTs on long and one's pretty close, most of the flashbangs go too deep to flash the CTs. But SK used a decoy grenade in that round as the closer fake flashbang. So if there was somebody there, they'd be forced to turn away and it wouldn't flash their teammates. A nice small touch from SK. Again, the attention to detail from Fallen's team is always extremely impressive. Immortals with 4 rounds on the board, now looking for a 5th. Again, a lack of armor on the T side, but they've managed to get a kill. Can they pick up a rifle though? Yes, they can. Taco collects.
Tech9 is too good. Tech9 is too good. Let's see what this smoke is going to go.
Look at that. Oh, look at this.
Reminds me a little bit of the Inferno days when you would smoke into banana as a CT from the Arch. The good old days. The good old days of Inferno.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, there was a smoke that Guardian did from mid to B to fake on a T side. Lucas holding B on Overpass, however. Fallen goes down. They know he's in the water. They're pushing him before the bomb goes anywhere close to going down. boltz gets finished off with the meat shots from a deagle as well. 2 versus 2. Where are the CTs, however? Zeus on the high grounds. And Henny is right behind him. And Zeus will deliver another round for Immortals. Beyond the pistol, SK haven't won a thing.
Yeah, great start for Immortals. The AWPs come out though, and that was the defining factor for SK previously, as it was also highlighted on the desk. Around round 20, when the CT side started for SK, when Fallen started to get his grubby mitts on the AWP, that's when things really started to go well for SK. Can the story be the same here for the T side of Overpass? This is the question. Henny and felps. This setup, honestly, they run this setup so commonly. This is so frequent. I feel like you could almost specifically design Molotovs for where felps is standing, or like behind him, because he's always there, or very often there when Henny's got an AWP. Again, looking into the wall to avoid flashes. And SK waits for an opening, but Taco can't give it to them. And Immortals up a man now. Will the play be into long and into toilets now? That seems to be the only way that SK could find salvation in this round. There's 3 players for Immortals sitting on B at the moment.
Felps is in that position I was talking about, that deep, long position where he may be susceptible to flashbangs, but it does not appear as though he's ahead in that direction. coldzera holding the angle though with the bomb, no less. If he misses this duel, oh, Felps, his barrel could give him away. Which way is he going to face? Not to his advantage, and that's going to kick things off here for SK. Immortals putting Zeus and boltz deep into A, maybe a bit of rotation because Lucas is on his own with little information at the moment. 28 seconds on the clock. Where do Immortals think the push is coming?
Yeah, Immortals have a very... They know pretty much it's going to be the A site now at this point. 15 seconds left. All the presence is on A. They have to go in. They're trying their darndest to get in on that bomb site for the plant. It's going to be very difficult. 7 seconds. There is a CT close. He could stop everything. He could ruin all the dreams. The bomb goes down, though. There is a chance for FNX 1 versus 2, but he will die. Nice kill coming in from Lucas. Solid.
Lucas is trying to get a bomb.
Another round.
He was trying to reach a gun through a fence, unable to do so. However, picking up a second AWP will be a nice bonus instead. 6-1. How much of a lead can Immortals get? By no means is this half over. SK can come back and lead. They've got 5 AKs in this particular round.
The B rush time looks like it might be. There's no AWP on SK as well, so this would be... We saw this yesterday. NIP also going for plays like this, where maybe you expect them to play for picks. They go for the B push. They get a pick as well, so it's time to go. There is fire carpeting the entrance, which will slow them down and allow rotation to come in from Immortals.
Lucas has prepared for this. He had flashes over Monster, in front of Monster. The smoke he's standing in is his smoke. Giving himself a wall, giving himself some defense with felps. They can work together. That smoke is disappearing. SK just waiting on their side. Double HE. Goodbye. 2 for the price of 1. coldzera is heavily tagged. Fur, he needs his help, and he will find it. 2 players in the water for the CT side. And they've soon going to disappear. Zeus sees the shadow. How long will he be baited here for? SK take it over the line. Really crazy battle there. Again, the reads from Immortals, they knew what SK were doing. Lucas prepared for it, tried to slow them down. Double flashbangs coming out, put the smoke on the site. Look at this setup from the CT side with between Lucas and felps. This nade though, boom! But they still lost the round.
Yeah, SK's attack there was pretty amazing. A lot of teams are not able to close the take of the bomb site when they have so much trouble and they're so delayed getting through the initial monster tunnel. But SK managed to do it, and look at this creep here. It's really interesting because they know that Immortals have a buy, and they can basically, everyone can spring out of the door position, or they could all spring up the stairwell to assault the toilet's positions in a very forward manner. Wow, 3 players bursting out the door, spraying through the wooden panels there. Their presence absolutely well known by Immortals. Will SK go for the B play again? Looks like they are looking for it.
Taco sprayed to 2 HP. No HGs on this occasion, no, but there is a Molotov. SK still have time on the clock. They don't have to commit, but they may feel that they have to because they don't have control anywhere else. The shadow gives Fallen's position away. boltz ready and waiting. There's another one. FNX going down. No answer from SK on this situation. They're all committing to the site here, one by one, running in to the meat grinder. coldzera getting him some back for his team. Zeus gets traded by Fur. Gets himself in a 1 versus 2. I think Kenny might be stuck behind a smoke at the moment, leaving felps on the site. That smoke will help felps. he can hide around it. And Henny will clean things up. An expensive round for Immortals, but they reset the economy of SK.
Yeah, SK are actually getting crushed right now. It really, really crushed. SK only need 1 eco, actually, to buy, though. So that's not the end of the world. But just the fact that Immortals are likely going 8-2 here is a very scary prospect. They are really stepping the game up against SK. And there is the phenomenon that is actually quite quantifiable. I've seen it many times where the team or a player is only as good as his opponent, steps it up for the opponent, or steps it down, depending on who it is. Can maybe talk about that later on, but SK, they're down to 3 players here. Yet to get any damage done onto Immortals, who seems so comfortable on the CT side so far. But you have to imagine that SK can do absolutely the same to them on when they switch onto the CT side. They are known for having the ability to take clean sheets there as well. And this push from felps is going to discover the bomb soon enough. Good old Zeus with his mag 7.
He is joined at the hip almost. The bomb is down. Minutes on the clock. Eventually they'll have to retrieve it. Felps will hear the reloads. That will prepare him. Has a Tech 9. He's collected the bomb. There's nobody close to Monster, which isn't good for him. He wants that close-range Tech 9 one-tap. It may not be afforded to him. All these players full health. Lucas towards Graffiti. And that's the end of the round. SK not having a good time of it. FNX has got 3,000 in the bank. They're going straight for the force. SMGs coming out once again. The UMP onto FNX. AKs on the rest of them. Limited grenades. Actually, well, they're starting to grow. So, I'd say they have good grenades. What will they do with them? More Immortals with tons of Molotovs. An incendiary, if you will, on every single player. Good to see. Felps in a forward position towards the fountain. Playing around the smoke. coldzera taking some damage. That position is getting more and more dangerous on Overpass.
Yeah, we saw some insane stuff there from Twist on the European segment. Just ridiculous shots from that position. Henny has to fall off and away from the toilet's position there, or toilet sign on top of the flower bed. Oh, the peaks, the shoulder peaks will be the death of Henny as he's forced to some tunnel vision and then shot in the back.
In the back. And
to the rest of Immortals, I mean, there's no way they ever retake this bomb site. Retaking A is difficult enough as it is, but with 5 players alive for SK, and with such a rotation to deal with, it's not happening. Nice round from SK, finding exactly the right approach, and they are rewarded. So Immortals now will be 8-3. Can Lucas hold on to this? No. Immortals lose all the guns.
And their money is very varied. Zeus has $1,500 in the bank, but they don't want to allow the SK economy to recover. So they're going to take the fight. Zeus on the 5-7, a familiar story. He is comfortable in this situation as long as his boys have their rifles, and indeed they do. No kits on the side. Although only one of the rounds won by Immortals has been defused, so they won't be too worried. The way things have gone recently. You see 3 in the B bomb sites at present. Taco and Fallen around B. Taco's taking a different approach near the spool. Fallen's moved away towards the fountain position with his teammates. Henny with a position looking towards long, but this is a precarious one. This is a dangerous one. Support for him is limited, and there's Felps even more limited now. What can he do? Not much. Headshots coming in from the SK side.
Yeah, looking pretty good. They got a clear path out to the A-bomb side. I think it's going to be similar to the last round now. There's not really much that can be done here for Immortals, unless Lucas can somehow find like 2 instant frags. There's just no real opportunity. They've been beat to the punch, unfortunately for them. And SK are going to plant the bomb, and much like the last round, they will hunt the remaining players from Immortals, try to remove those guns. If they can get rid of the 2 rifles, Immortals will have basically, I don't think anything to bring into the next round. I think they'll have anything into the next round. Their money currently is zilch, and this will be their 2nd loss in a row, meaning they'll get $1,900 as a reward for losing. A consecutive round loss bonus.
You have lost. Here is your reward.
the comeback mechanic of Counter-Strike. The consecutive loss bonus.
I never thought of it as a comeback mechanic, but I suppose that's literally what it is.
It is exactly what it is.
Very common feature in many modern games.
Well, it's not like Mario Kart where you have like you can pick up a thing and then become first place. Yeah, you can basically just be second place. Well, are there like these rockets you can shoot or whatever? I didn't play much Mario Kart.
Oh, the one that hits first place. Doesn't mean you become first place.
Yeah, but if you're behind that guy, you can just immediately take his spot.
Yes. Pistols on the Immortals side. Down to the pistols. SK catching up on the score bit by bit, round by round. Taking away weapon by weapon. Immortals not much to fight with on this occasion. Their horses have been slayed. Their chariots burned to the ground. All the crops burned as well. Don't know what else we need is burning.
The peasants?
Wow.
Burninate all the peasants.
Wow. Cannibalism. Okay.
We have to cannibalize them.
You said they ate them.
No.
You said burned and ate.
No, I said burninate. It's actually a reference.
What?
It's an obscure old internet meme.
Burninate?
Yeah. Did you ever watch Strong Bad Emos, Homestar Runner?
I didn't find him funny, to be honest.
There's a meme that came out of that where he drew a dragon that he called Trogdor. And he made a song. And part of the song was burninate all the peasants. Burninate the village.
Oh, I see. But okay.
Yeah.
I didn't find Strong Bad funny, to be honest with you.
I didn't like the emails part of the Homestar Runner website. I thought that was hilarious. Way back when. The old times of the internet.
Oh man, landed on his shoulder. That's not nice. But what else can be done? No commitment from SK into the B bomb site. Just some nuisance play. Maybe trying to pull people out. Maybe trying to catch a rotation. Fer trying to snap the boost, but he can't. Smokes go down, and they'll refocus on the B bomb site. But how fast will they be? They know at least 2 players are boosted around A, or were boosted. Looking to charge. Counterflash is coming in, though. Who's going to win the duel of the tunnel will be the T's. Down go the players on the B bomb site. Henny moving into short B. Felps on the low ground with his teammate. FNX trying to get the most unsuspecting angle, and indeed he will take down both players. His team running distraction to a T. Only 1 play lost for SK.
Yeah, pretty sick comeback coming in from SK at this point, as they have broken Immortals. Immortals did a really good job to get as far as they did. And I was actually wondering if we were going to see like a 12-3 or something, or 11-4 or something at that scoreline. But, SK, they always managed to find a way back in. And this is quite the buy for Immortals. Bunch of pistols, bunch of nades, and a mag 7 of Zeus. Of course, always a mag 7 for Zeus. He has made it quite the thing. And he will have some victims. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It's not a consistent weapon, even at pretty close ranges. And that is very frustrating. Felps goes in. The flash was good. Gets a frag. Nice stuff there from Felps. Can't close down the second one, almost. But not quite accurate. Not quite enough time for that recovery on the recoil. And it's going to be a 2 versus 4 here for Immortals to deal with. Very tough.
I think Immortals will be glad for the end of the half, but before that happens, let's see what else Henny can do with this AK he's picked up. FNX is indeed blind, and now he's gone. Lucas is still over towards the B bomb sites at the moment. He is waiting around the short B tunnel, and that should be a kill. He has a surprising angle. Just checking the door is closed. It is closed. Does he hear the players moving over? It appears he does. Smoked off his position. Is he willing to push without his teammate? Taking the pot shots. No connection made. Again, Henny still has an AK coming in from the monster area. Lucas biding his time. Both T's on the site, just trying to figure out where the other player is. Is he coming high? Is he coming low? Is he coming from monster? Fallen, going backwards and forwards. It's a tough ask for Henny, but this is the last round of the half. Flash comes in, but Fallen's back. Spots 1 player. Oh, look at that continuation spray. That'll do the job. Lucas alone, but he doesn't have a kit. The round's basically over already.
Wow, they get all the kills though. Really nice effort from Immortals. He doesn't have time though. He does not have time. And that's going to be Immortals with 8, SK with 7 on the first half of Overpass. It is currently anyone's game. It will be very interesting to see how the pistol round develops now, as we are so close between these two teams. Immortals won the pistol round on the CT side. Good to see that they can win pistol rounds again. Had a really hard time earlier today on pistol rounds. They did win the pistol round, right? Oh wait, did they lose? No, they lost it actually, I think. Yes, they did. And they won the force buy.
So what do you do if you're Immortals when SK are on the road to recovery, when they start bringing it back, when they are in the zone in Matrix? How do you throw them off again? Maybe the second half will be a refresher for Immortals. 3 players round connector for SK, and coldzera may have spotted some information racing back to the site, but the plant may be good for Immortals. Taco, you can see him rotating in the underside, getting into position, but the bomb is being planted with no cover. Down felps goes. Immortals tries to get into position, but they are sandwiched now. Zeus fighting, doing what he can, but their numbers game is terrible. It's disastrous. Lucas is alone versus 4 more players. He has time, but he doesn't have any help. He doesn't have any friends. Oh, awkward. They're all in. Oh, this is brutal. It's like a horror movie. Finally, he gets put out of his misery. 1 gap in the Immortals plant, and that was that.
Yeah, and force buy because they didn't get the bomb planted. I really liked the round from SK, the setup that they had. They had, of course, basically they gave up the A bomb site and more or less pushed aggressively on very quickly on B, which is really nice because you can stop the Ts before they get onto that B site. For the immediate plant, you can find the kills and the ranges of those tunnels. And if they're not there, you get a really nice approach onto the A site quickly for the retake. It's actually quite a cool pistol round for the CT side, I think. But we'll see whether there can be recovery. Immortals have been pretty good at winning these force buys, so can't count them out in this round just yet.
Henny close towards Monster already, and there's nobody paying attention there for the CT side. They're playing the ranges. Looks like they want the retake situation as opposed to the standard fight situation at a numbers disadvantage. Bomb left in a passive position for the time being. Immortals trying to figure out where a gap might be in the defenses of SK, but for the most part, they are very passive indeed. CT is on A in the site. Who's coming in? Felps seen through the leaves. Bomb's rotating towards B now. Again, it's passive play, Taco and coldzera at the back of the site. They've got potential to have somebody on the high ground as well, though Lucas has a smoke. However, I don't believe he is towards short B at the moment. And of course he's standing right there. And there goes the smoke on the high ground. Can they get to the site? Can they get the bomb planted? Some counter flashes here for the CTs, but it's about the guns at this point. coldzera goes down. Advantage SK though, and now it's retake time.
Yeah, the bomb down is actually really nice. If they get 2 or 3 more kills, they might even force by next round if they lose this one. But oh, they are getting sprayed down. Not fun times. Almost a second kill as collateral there for Zeus, but not quite. And 2 kills. And the bomb down, not quite convinced that they're going to go for a force in the next round. If maybe 1 or 2 more kills, they probably would think about it. But 3, with only 2 and 3 left alive, I don't think there's an argument for it. But we'll see. You never know with this matchup. And I think we'll probably just see some pistols. And they'll get the very strong buy in the following round, which makes a lot of sense because that means that Henny can get onto the AWP quite quickly. And Henny might end up being quite a big part of the success here from Immortals on their T side. Like, you really need that AWP to be going off, to be honest, in a lot of spots.
coldzera starting off well. Immortals setting up to wall off the site to some degree, it seems, in the first one. And in comes the second, but the numbers are being thinned out. They may not make it anywhere near the site. Henny, though, with 2 monstrous frags, but you know where he is. He's the last man standing. He has no armor. You can see him shaking as he gets shot. The aim punch kicking in. 10 rounds for SK. Double figures.
So now it's time for the buy, and this is where things start to get interesting. Henny will be able to get that AWP picked up, and where will he take it? Because this, I mean, SK's CT setups are so famous. You can see they're expecting that very fast peak from Fallen, and you really have to be quite careful about that when you go for those aggressions, when people, you know, very commonly expect it. And funnily enough, Fallen's in the position that Henny likes to be in all the time, on the flower bed up there by behind the
amongst the flowers.
WC sign, the water closet sign.
He is one with the flowers.
But he doesn't have you know, somebody who's very deep on A long like felps looking into the wall as Henny always has. And why do with two what you could do with one? Perhaps is the methodology there. And instead they have more presence towards the toilet side itself. And there are players there. There is the bomb there as well. Who's it going to be to go down? FNX, will he be able to take down Felps? Or will Felps just back away? Felps needs to get the pressure in here. They could very well do with an opening. There's 50 seconds left, and nothing's happened just yet. Oh, that is so huge from FNX. He can fall all the way back, gets the info, and the damage, and the kill. Got to be happy with that one.
Why are you so good at FCS, FNX?
He's really good.
Not overextending, but getting information for his team. And Immortals moving closer towards the A site. Nice opening kill onto Fallen on the A site. First still there, though, to try and hold things down. FNX in the smoke for the time being. Cold and Fur defending as best they can. The clock's ticking against Immortals. And they're at a man disadvantage. Nice Molotov, almost getting a kill onto Henny and Felps. They're both super tagged at the moment. The bomb's still not getting planted. And that is a colossal failure. There is no more time for Felps. 2 HP, and he will try to hold on. Oh no, there he goes,
no.
After time. No money for him, $400 in the bank.
That's a really big deal. That is such a big hit. That is such a big hit there. And and because they've lost 4 rounds in a row, what he loses there is $2,900. $2,900. He gets nothing instead. That is a big deal. Oh dear. Okay, there is the kind of peaks you expect Fallen to make. There's aggressive AWP peaks deep by the party area. And I didn't pick anything up this time around, however. But I expect to see it again, and I expect eventually for him to get a pickup of a frag. Look at me, I'm on the flower bed. Oh god, I've got a Glock at long range.
Reminds me of when we were in New York and that guy had a Glock tattooed on the side of his face.
Yeah.
As you do, as one does. Oh dear, Zeus getting some nice work in, but that's all the work he will do on this round. Swiftly taken care of, Lucas flying into sight. Like a clay target there, no less. Henny and boltz remain versus 4. And there is just spam coming out from Fallen at the moment. 2 plays lost for SK though. They don't want this to get too hairy. And Fallen needs to try and protect these weapons best he can. Henny losing half his life. Where are the other 2 CTs? Cold is just waiting in that tight corner on Overpass we spoke about earlier. Shadow is going to tell him where Henny is. boltz now, last man, death by paper cuts for boltz. coldzera makes it to 20 kills.
He does indeed. SK looking good. Looking good indeed. It's going to be interesting to see whether Immortals can take Fallen down early into the round, as Felps did a couple rounds previous, actually. That was really awesome. I didn't quite see how he made that frag happen, but he opened that opportunity up for the team, even though they lost the round, I think. So, Fallen once again going for the fast peek, looking for the shot. Again, I'm so sure that everybody knows Fallen is up to these shenanigans. Will Zeus play with the smoky tiny? Oh, this is huge. This is the problem. There's no way Fallen is going to be able to take him down. Oh, he got a shot off, I think, James. He actually got a shot off. That is so scary, but he does die. That's beautiful from Zeus, actually, because it's very likely that Zeus realizes that the tendency for players to actually stand or crouch there, and that potentially you can see the barrels. You can see the barrels.
Slow rounds between these 2 sides. Any edges could lead to catastrophic momentum for their opponents. Immortals willing to run the clock down. They're moving towards boltz, who's still passive towards B. Definitely not in a forward position. coldzera and Taco with a very interesting setup towards the B bomb site, both in short B. Taco holding an angle towards Monster, while Cold is holding an angle towards short B. FNX in connector. So Immortals may never expect this, but they have the man advantage, they have the trade advantage. Ver coming in for the high ground now. Their setup is quite curious for SK, but they're starting to move around. Immortals getting counter flashed. That HE could do big damage. It will! 3 players getting heavily tagged there, and FNX is in a position to spray them down. coldzera contributing as well, leaving felps alone from the high ground. Coming in from the back, he can't get anything done. 3k for coldzera, 2 for FNX. I'm still wishing though that they just held the positions they had around short B, because that was really interesting, but I mean, this is pretty good as well.
Yeah, they kind of crushed around. Yeah, that's a really nice way to deal with that attack. And the other thing as well is that having such zews presence, so much presence on B short, they know that if an attack is coming into B, that they're all going to be coming through Monster. So that's a really big relief, because one of the big things for an offense onto a bomb site is the idea, the concept of splitting the defense by splitting their attention, attacking from multiple avenues, thus disrupting their setups where they can allow cover for one another and so on. And that's one very creative way to solve that problem. That is kind of nuts. Just gonna get that kill there through the smoke. And Taco just jumping behind the smoke for a second as well. Like, what is going on over here?
A strong start to a slow round. Much more focus from Immortals towards B, but the bomb is more or less in T-spawn at the moment. It's not even on an actual place on the radar. If you bring up the big map, it's kind of just off on its own. I guess that's the stairs that lead up actually, so it's not off the map, so to speak. Poking and prodding. FNX dancing around. coldzera lost in short B. Taco looking to respond. Here's a reload. Can he get a frag though? FNX going down elsewhere. Immortals fighting back with aggression, but again, they still need to collect the bomb. Henny's on his way to do that. Fallen's moving through the toilets behind felps, so perhaps the bomb gets cut off. Taco's on short B. Everything's getting weird now.
Yeah, Taco's position, he's so heavily locked down there. He's going to finally find his way out, but can he make it to Fallen? He gets another kill there, and all of a sudden, I felt like Immortals had this round, but the bomb is just unrecoverable. That is so interesting. How did they hold that? SK played very well after losing a couple players early on there. Fallen and Taco locking it down, leaving felps in an unwinnable position. And again, another. I'm not sure if it was felps last time. It might have been him or boltz who finished off the time into the next round. No bonus money for him. At least this time there was no death, so he can keep his gun into the next round. And his team, they definitely have to buy in this situation. They've got enough money to get something going, and you can see the pause comes in. It is indeed a tactical. Immortals need a result here. If they cannot win this round, they are basically Dunzos. Dunzorini. Panini.
I miss good paninis. It's been a while.
Indeed.
2 rounds for SK. That's heartbreak as well. I'm surprised with, I don't know if it was their original intention to have, I think they had 4 people towards B between short B and outside Monster. But then again, we saw where the bomb was. It was so far away. But timing is a, well, it can be a pain. Can be a problem.
A cruel mistress.
Yeah, Henny rotates back to get the bomb, and everything falls apart for Immortals. And now they are in a difficult spot, as you can see here. Felps and boltz have bought, which is why they don't have any money on the scoreboards. The rest of the team, 3,500. That's Galil's, or even UMPs if you need more utility. Tough times for Immortals.
Yeah, it's hard to understand for them exactly how to make the play. A lot of the openings have come somewhat inconsistently, like the last round. boltz got a random kill through the smoke. You're not going to get that every round. You can't count on it happening. If it does, it's awesome, but it's not a game plan exactly for the early phases of the round. One thing that they do know, again, is that it's quite common for there to be aggression around the party area from Fallen. I don't know if he's going to risk that sort of shenanigans at the beginning of this round. Probably unlikely, as SK would probably want to tighten up a little bit, as they should realize that Immortals' money is somewhat stretched, and that aggression is on the cards. But I don't think that ever stopped Fallen before, so we'll have to see what he thinks is the best play with his ult.
Lucas throwing a smoke towards the entrance to the toilets. This is a good spot to hold an AWP as people pass the fountain. Where will the rest of the team go? Fallen is playing around the smoke on the high ground. He has some support from FNX, but it is a little bit fragile. Because who's supporting FNX? If the T's move through connector, he may be in trouble. There it is. Fallen always saying tags from both sides, and now he's kind of stuck. Nothing for him. That's a big gun if they can pick it up. Spotting FNX in connector, that's where Lucas can make a play. There it is. Who's supporting FNX? No one. If Fallen goes down, FNX goes down. Big advantages for IMT.
So that's what we were talking about too. That it was that the play around Fallen, his inability in that specific situation to get a frag, to stay alive, that's the opportunity here for Immortals. Maybe they were counting on that, having had so many players around that area by the playground. But it's not done just yet, as we have felps looking for the opener onto A. He's been quite good at getting these openers solo. Oh, and he smells blood. Oh, but he will be tagged there. That's going to get the sound away. Oh, the catches the reloads charging through the smoke. Needed the big play. Closes it down. And now Taco. Everything falls upon Taco.
He needs to come big. boltz goes down. All the other players over towards long. Cold is still in B, and he's deep into B. It's going to be a long rotation for him. Taco's putting in more work. Now he can wait for his teammate to rotate. Cold coming in from connector, actually. Will they go for it, or are they going to opt for a save? That would be surprising. Seems Taco's going to rotate towards long. Maybe they'll play with the element of paranoia Immortals might have towards a player coming from CT spawn, and it pays off. Taco's rotation will put him in a good spot, but look how ticks that bomb is. They still need to find felps. He could be anywhere. He just needs one good thing in his favor. Taco's got to hold it. He's got to go for the hero defuse. He's come off the bomb, but there's no time. There's surely no time yet to hold. He had to hold.
That was close. I don't even know how SK find themselves in a position to find that round winnable, to be honest. That was such a strong opener from Immortals. They get 2 kills, basically, almost for free. And then it's a situation where they're on the bomb plant on the A side, and Taco's just winning everyone versus one. Impressive stuff from Taco once again. And he's a guy that for SK that has definitely stepped his performance up in the last 6 months. Quite a lot. He's so scary these days. Ooh, Fallen's doing the Zeus. He's got the Mag 7 this time.
coldzera pushing to no avail. Door is being opened, but it's not a door of opportunity. It's a door of meat hooks. Will they be displayed on meat hooks? There's one. Fallen will... Oh, he won't rotate away because he does not have the range for that duel. Running distraction, though, while FNX pops out. He can't go back to the well many times now. He's got 12 HP. Number of players tagged here for SK despite the man advantage, which soon disappears. felps has managed to get himself into a very strong position, but Taco's looking for it. This is an important duel. felps a little bit slow there, maybe looking at the radar. But boltz and Henny, opposite sides of the map, and boltz has a chance to find Fallen, who's just looking away. Going back though, and there it is, swinging Mag 7, more meat hooks in connector.
Yeah, Immortals 1 versus 3 for Henny. If they lose this round, they have $0 in the bank basically right now. They'll get reset. That is probably the GG right there. Henny has to clutch this. He has to clutch this. He's got the bomb. He's got time to plant. He has no idea though how close and where the CTs can possibly come from, and there's 3 of them to worry about. They're all brandishing weapons as well. Smoke down for an extra bit of cover to work with. That grenade might give away something, but it's going to be tough. He needs to claim a weapon here. If he can take down Taco, grab the info now, he might have a chance here, but he has 5 HP. Very low is Fallen though, as Henny looks for the winning engagement, but he can't get it done. What a round there from SK. It's just amazing stuff that they could pull that one out of the bag.
Yeah, it's been a very entertaining match so far. Will it be over shortly? Looks likely with the money Immortals have, for the most part, it's just shy of $2,500. Henny with 4K will be the solo AK wielder on the T side, at least. FNX has one stolen away on the CT side. Immortals have a lot of smokes, a lot of flashes, and one high explosive grenade. Felps checking connector. If they choose to go towards B, then he can be the man to cut off any rotations from the high ground, or try to at least. Any time against him. Look at the timing of that grenade into the tunnel. He hasn't seen a soul and he's got 60 HP. Here it is, the charge into the B-bomb site through the smoke. Lines will be held while Fer pushes the water. Can they get the bomb down to start with? Fer getting absolutely wrecked from out of nowhere. Taco's got a crossfire with his teammate, but his teammate's down. The CT is not having a good time with this, really. They have a man advantage at the moment, but they need to breach the site. That's not going to help. Taco getting absolutely wrecked. Falling gets a free kill, leaving boltz alone versus 2. Completely blind. We've got FNX coming in from shot. He's spotted. He's done, and so is the game. 16-9. SK take it over Immortals.
Yeah, the 2-0 versus Immortals. Impressive stuff. I mean, Immortals, they definitely stepped their level up against SK, but you can see just the skill from SK across the board is overwhelming. They're always able to find creativity. They're always able to fight their way back from horrible situations. And yeah, just I think we ended the day. We did 10 maps. We ended with the best 2 maybe right at the end, I think.
Yeah, those were some really solid maps. Very competitive match between both sides. SK come up trumps on this occasion. So as we make our way over to the desk, have a look at some of these highlights from that last match. So, chaps, what did we think of Overpass, our third Overpass of North America today?
Certainly a good game. I mean, Immortals, again, off to a great start thanks to winning pistol and opening gun. I think at one point they had like an 8-2 or 8-3 lead or something like that. So they certainly started off strong, but SK recovered well in the first half. We know how well-versed they are on the T side of this map, and they really brought it in the end. I think this game really came down to 2 really important rounds, which for me were the 21st and 22nd rounds. We didn't get a chance to get the replays for you, but the 21st round was where you saw that really big B execute. I think it's the last highlight we actually just saw, where it's this big B execute from Immortals, but SK read it so well and so quick to rotate. It's completely caught Immortals off guard. And then the 22nd round, the very next round, Immortals loses a 4-on-2, where they had the advantage and they wound up losing it, and then their money gets put, out of whack. And from that point forward, SK just had complete control of the game. There was no chance they would lose, it felt like. So, I mean, as you noted, it was a great fight from Immortals, particularly in the very beginning of the game. But, I mean, SK just too strong on Overpass, right? Probably the best Overpass team in the world, so you can't really fault the Immortals, who are just starting to incorporate Overpass into their map pool for having trouble going up against the world's best on that map.
Yeah, but you have to give them, it's like you said, you have to give them credit for what they were able to display for the first 10 rounds. And for SK, it was really just a curious case of figuring out the gatekeeper that was felps towards that A bomb site, because in many ways, SK were more or less forced to try to execute towards that B bomb site more than they probably would have liked to, because they never had a good opportunity or got into a round or far enough into a round where they could have a proper take on that A bomb site. And a lot of that was due to felps. And we saw him using multiple positions. You guys both mentioned the kind of typical Immortals setup where they have Henny back at at the very back at long, felps playing the forward position, but he also mixed it up multiple times by playing different sides of the restroom area. And he would always seem to get either 1 or 2 frags from each of those engagements. And even if he, or in the scenarios where he just gets 1, he's always able to delay the rest of the SK team from actually moving forward on the map and gaining map control. So by doing so, Immortals get the chance to rotate over, and everything that SK tries to do towards the A bomb site becomes extremely stagnant. And again, that makes them go more and more over towards the B bomb site, where Lucas was having a really good game to start things off. He would always seem to be able to find that 1 or 2 frags of the initial people coming in from SK, which again halts everything that is the initial plan from the other side. So yeah, as soon as SK managed to kind of figure out how to deal with felps around that restroom area, things started to ease up, and then we saw a pretty significant run. I think that went all the way from being down 8-2 to being up 14-8.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of Big Brother starting to shove the younger one a bit around, really, and showing who's boss.
Yeah.
But valiant effort still from Immortals. I think this was kind of a reverse of what we saw earlier, where we had deceptive scores, where it kind of felt like it was not as close as the result would entail. I think this was actually a lot closer than the 16-9 we ended up seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, SK seem a hard team to stop once they've adjusted and have gone down early and bring things back. That's a good evening of Counter-Strike, a long evening, a long day of Counter-Strike here. I do believe we have a break tomorrow, then we'll be back later in the week. So make sure you're following the channel. There will be more CSGO coming your way. There'll also be more videos coming your way, more series, so stay tuned for those. Speaking of videos and series, we will be closing the show with episode 1 of our map making tutorial.